YouTube. Holla at me, man. What's going on with y'all? What y'all got going on in the YouTube world? Talk to me. What's going on with you? How everybody doing on this? What's today? Tuesday. Tuesday. How's everybody doing today? I'm doing. It's a good day. Good start to the week. Can't be mad at it. Good start to the week. Can't be mad at it, man. Hopefully everybody's having a good week. Look, I want to hop on real quick, talk to some of the parents or grandparents that's dealing with estrangement, no contact, and having the grandchildren dangled in front of you and not being able to have a relationship with them. I know that's got to be tough. That's always tough when you're thinking about no contact, right? And when you're talking about the grandchildren, that's on a whole different level to me, man. That's on a whole different level. Grandkids, right? When they take the grandkids away from you, you like, hold the hell up. Wait a damn minute. What the hell is really going on? It happens to the best of us, man. It happens to the best of us. So, you know, I wanted to hop on real quick, lighting on, and check with y'all, see how everybody's doing, see what's going on with y'all today. But yeah, y'all leave me some comments or messages in the chat. Like I said, anybody out there that's dealing with grandkids, dealing with that whole aspect, how are you dealing with it? How are you making off? You know, because like I say, that's something hard, really hard to deal with. A lot of parents are dealing with that, especially parents that are dealing with no contact and dealing with that whole aspect of the situation, man. It's tough. All right. You know, you have your kids and then they go no contact and then they take the grandkids away from you. Right? They take the grandkids away from you and you like, damn, can't win for lose. Right? Can't win for lose. So you like, what's really going on with it, man? So, you know, one of those, man. Y'all leave me some comments in the chat. Let me know if it's something you guys want to talk about today. I'm going to be on for a little minute. What's happening, Marie? How you doing? How are you? But yeah, let me know. How you doing, Marie? Or is it Mary or Marie? Let me know. I don't want to be butchering your name. How you doing? Good. That's awesome. Your week been going fine? Is it Mary or Marie? Let me know. Yes. That's good. Good. Hey, do you have do you have kids? You have children? You got any grandkids? Mary. All right, Mary. Mary. Okay, cool. Mary, so you got any grandkids? Or you got any children? What you dealing with right now? Or you just dealing with a little bit of it all? Let me know that. You got any kids? Yes, a strange daughter. Oh, of 21. Damn, man. 21. 21 years that you've been estranged from your daughter? Damn. That's a long time. A long time. 21. Strange daughter, 21. Damn. Hey, I mean, hey, Mary, are we sure she's still good? Is everything okay? No, 1 year. She's 21. I got you. So 1 year. All right. So you at the very beginning stages of the whole no contact situation. Well, for you that don't know, my daughter was estranged from, I think it was roughly like 18 to about 24. And I was dealing with that. And Mary, I'm going to tell you, it's one of the hardest things to ever deal with in life. You know, a lot of times us as parents, we try to figure out what we did wrong, what caused the estrangement, what happened. And what's wrong with a lot of these adult children is they don't want to have a conversation with you. They don't want to talk about it, right? So you don't really know what you did wrong. So, Mary, did she just all of a sudden one day popped up and just went and disappeared and you didn't no longer see her anymore? Was it one of those situations? Because that's the hardest to me. You know, whenever you don't know what you've done, what you did to cause this situation, because, you know, as parents, if we know we did something wrong, we're going to be like, you know what? That's on us. We're going to work on it. Ah, she met a boyfriend. There it is. She met a boyfriend. He done took control over every damn thing. He is now running everything once she left. Yes, yes, that's what it is. Now it makes sense to me. Yes, and was controlling. So he's controlling the whole situation. He done took her away from you. No contact. You haven't seen her in a year now. And I told him. Oh, so you and him got into it. You and him got into it. Was it one of those situations where y'all kind of had some words, went back and forth, and she chose the boyfriend over you? Was it one of those? Yeah, all right. Yeah. Man, that's hard. Like I say, Mary, that's so hard to deal with because, as a parent, especially when it comes to dealing with your daughter, you know what I mean? Dealing with your daughter and dealing with these trash ass men that they be dating is hard. Oh, yes, my husband went crazy. I bet. Hell yeah. Mary, look, for a father, that's hard to deal with right there. You know what I'm saying? You got your baby girl, and all of a sudden she has ran away with this guy. She was a shadow of herself. Changed everything about herself. Right? Mary, so did you guys have a good relationship whenever she was growing up? Was it a good relationship? Like, did you have any issues with her beforehand? Was there any issues like beforehand? Was she a good child when you were raising her? And then all of a sudden she met this guy? Yes, we were close. Yes, that bothers you. Mary, is this your only child? I'm sorry, I got kicked off. Yeah, but anyways, so this was your only child. Is this your only child? Because that's tough though, man. Like I say, dealing with no contact with your daughter, I can only imagine what her dad was going through now and you. You know what I mean? No, not the only child. Okay. So how is your relationship with your other children? Is it good? You have a good relationship with them? And the reason I'm asking is because a lot of times, I had a son. I had a son at 13. Okay. So you got a son also. All right. So how is the relationship with your son? Is it a good relationship with your son? Y'all get along well? Because it's crazy to me how you can have 2, 3 children raised in the same house, and they have 2 different stories of their parents, or they have a different story of their parents. And a lot of times I found out that whenever the children are raised in the same house and they have different stories, everybody has a different point of view when dealing with their parents. Not a good example for a brother. Good evening, blessed D1. How you doing? Told her I cannot accept this guy in my house. Oh, so Mary, you didn't put the whole he's not welcome here type deal. So you didn't went along and say he's not welcome here. He can't stay here. He can't come visit you or nothing like that. So you set those boundaries, and she ain't hearing that. She ain't hearing that, Mary. You didn't set the boundaries on the boyfriend. So now you got to ask yourself, is it worth you saving a relationship with your daughter to have that boyfriend come back around? Because for right now, until she realizes and understands how horrible of a person that he is, I know you already know this, but until she realizes that, she's going to keep on going that direction. So, Mary, if you keep chasing her, she's going to go further and further away. Message here for review. Let me see what the message is. Mary said, exactly. It was not possible. He told her she was a whore. Oh, damn. Damn. Like that, Mary. So, yeah. But that's the hard part, Mary, because now if you continue to chase your daughter, she's going to continue to run away further and further away. So now you just got to wait, play it by ear, and be, I ain't going to say be comfortable with the situation, but you got to understand that you've done everything that you could. One thing you have to realize when you're dealing with adult children is you've done everything that you could. Made her activate the GPS, not able to go to the bathroom. Oh, so he's controlling it. He's controlling too then, Mary. He's controlling. He's controlling the whole situation, manipulating the situation, everything. Hey, Mary, that's damn near scary. That's scary to me. You know what I mean? He's one of those, like, he's controlling the situation. Man, those are the type of people that'll harm you. That's the type of man that'll harm you right there. So, she's got to be very, very careful. I send the damn, Mary, you call the police on him, huh? Oh, so Mary, they painting you as the whole villain right now then. Yeah, he's painting you as the villain. He's telling her, if you want to have a relationship with me, you cannot have a relationship with your parents. They told me it was a good family. Oh, yes. Yeah. That's what I'm saying, though, Mary. That's hard. Yeah, yeah. He's controlling the whole situation and manipulating her. And I'm gonna tell you something, Mary. Until she gets to that point to where she wants to get out of that relationship, you can't do nothing about it. You can't do nothing about it. Because if you try and go and contact her right now, she's actually gonna be like, you know what? I don't want to deal with her at all. She's gonna go further and further away. The more and more you chase her, the more and more you try to reach out to her, it's gonna push her further and further away. What's up, Kevin? Felt like I meet the devil. I believe it. Hey man, and it's crazy, man, how sometimes you can meet people or they come in your life and you think this may be okay and they turn out to be somebody that they're not. No, I've tried to text. She gave me side. Yeah, yeah. That's what I'm saying. So, Mary, like right now, you can't even try to contact her because she's gonna give you the silent treatment, and it's just gonna make you feel worse. It's gonna make you feel worse to keep chasing the whole situation right now with her. She's gonna have to realize and understand that the guy that she's dealing with right now is trash, and sooner or later that will happen. Right, Kev? It will happen. But for you to keep chasing her, it's gonna make the whole situation worse. It's going to make the whole situation worse, which is so hard for parents to hear and understand because we want to be involved in our children's lives, our adult children's lives. But it comes a point in time to where you have to protect your own peace and understand the person you dealing with is not the child that you raised. This is a different person that you're dealing with, Mary. It's not the same person. You have helped me a lot with your video. I appreciate that, Mary. Yeah, but that's what a lot of parents don't understand. We chase and we chase because we're trying to get back to the child that we raised. That child is gone. That child is no longer going to show up. You know what I mean, Mary? Like that person is gone. The person you're dealing with now, you have to learn to deal with that person and deal with them accordingly. That's what we have to figure out. But it's hard. Hard. Estrangement is hard on parents. I really don't think the kids, adult children really don't give a damn. I don't think they really care. I think to them it's some type of, rebellion stage that they're at in their lives. I don't think they care. But for a parent, it bothers you and it hurts you on a whole different level. For us parents, we struggle dealing with this no contact. It's one of the hardest things. And then when you think about people who got grandkids involved, as long as she is with him, I don't want a relationship. It's not possible. See, and now, Mary, on the cool, you know that. So you kind of like, hey, you know what? I'm good where I'm at right now. So you in that healing process. You're in that healing process. You like, man, I ain't chasing no more. I'm not doing no more of this dumb shit. It is what it is. I came to the realization I can't help her if she doesn't want help. I can't change her. She's a full-fledged adult, right? So you like, I'm in a healing process. I'm good with my decisions. And I tell parents all the time, Mary, I was like, man, once you know you tried and done everything that you can, man, you should sleep good at night. You should sleep good at night. You should feel good about your whole situation, understanding you've done everything possible. You've done everything possible, and I tried and tried over and over again. Now I'm at ease. And once you do that and you become at ease, you're like, you know what? Whatever happens, happens. Hey, whatever happens, happens. I'm going to pray to God and keep on moving. Because like I say, man, you got a lot of life to keep living, We got news about their dad suddenly passed. I sense both of my children are blaming me. I am the day one, struggling, and they hate me now, but deny it. How much more can I take? Bless D1, I know that's tough. Hey, I already know that's gotta be tough. So their dad passed away suddenly, and the children are blaming you, and you trying to figure out like why, what all happened. So let me ask you this: before the passing, how was your relationship with your children? Was it good, or was it kind of on a rocky road? Back then, was it a good relationship? Or was it kind of rocky? And I sense both of my children blame me. I'm the day one struggling, and they hate me now. You know what's so crazy though, bless you, when I don't even know your situation, but I talk about this a lot on my lives. It's amazing to me how the parent who stepped up did everything that they could to raise their children, did the best job that they could. And then all of a sudden, the parent who wasn't there comes back in their life, and once they become an adult, and they're the superhero. It's like, how does that make sense to you? Like the parent that was there for you day one raised you. The parent that wasn't there didn't do anything for you. And then they come back in as you become an adult, and all of a sudden they the superhero. They super parent. They're this great parent. When they were young, we loved each other, laughed, had open and honest communication. Okay, okay. So y'all had a decent relationship. Did you notice the change in the relationship as they age? Did the relationship get a little rocky? Were you and their father ever married? Were you and the father ever married? Was it one of those situations where y'all were married, got divorced, and then they went to go stay with dad, or were they living with you? How was that whole dynamic? Because like I say, man, it's just amazing. I talk to a lot of parents that deal with that. The parent that does the discipline is exactly. Yes, it was Rocky. Okay, it was Rocky. So blessed D1. So y'all were married, and it was a rocky marriage. So after y'all got a divorce, did the kids settle with their father, or did they settle with you and they were living with you? Let me know that. But Mary, you're right too. The parent that does the discipline is the villain. Yeah. Hey, Mary, you ever notice how you can be having a normal conversation with your daughter and your son, and you say something that they don't agree with, then all of a sudden it's trauma? When you're just trying to help them go down the right direction, help them be a better person, help them understand where you came from and the things that you know and the wisdom, then it's trauma, right? Well, you caused me trauma, you did this or you did that. I'm just trying to help you. I'm here to help you. I want to see the best version of you, right? But they call it trauma. That's what amazes me now dealing with these adult children. That part amazes me dealing with adult children. I don't understand that. Every damn thing ain't trauma. Sometimes we want you to get out and do something with your life. You can't be 25, 26, 27 years old playing video games, chilling in the house all damn day. It's not going to work. But then when you try to explain that to them and say, hey, man, you need to, looking to get a higher education, getting a better job, doing this and doing that. Well, you trauma. I feel like you're talking down to me. It's a bunch of trauma. And that's why parents struggle dealing with adult children. This whole adult children dynamic has changed. When we were coming up, we had the ultimate respect. Think a protect her too much, the safety net to make sure she would not suffer like I did when I was young. Oh, yeah. So, man, and that happens a lot. We protect and we were like overbearing with our children. Like we were, hey, make sure they're good. We protected the hell out of them. Then when they get out here to the real world, they get out to the real world and they realize life is not that easy. We made it so easy for them. We made it so easy for them that they struggle once they become adults. They struggle because we made it so easy. Yes, we're married. They were always with me. He was in and out. So eventually I could not take it and left with our children. I got you. Okay. So you raised them by yourself, did the best to your ability, did everything that you could. And he was in and out of their lives, came back. And so now all of a sudden he passes. There were a lot of layers. I should write a book. Hey, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I want to hear it. I'm here for it. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how people learn about different situations, by hearing other folks' story. So no, you should write a book. But like I say, so when you can think about it though, so he was in and out of their lives, and then all of a sudden he got back in their lives. Then all of a sudden he suddenly passes. So did you guys have a falling out, or was it just they just stopped dealing with you? Or let me ask you this, Bless, are they still grieving the loss of their father? Do you think that could have do you think that could be it? You know what I'm saying? Like, are they still grieving the loss of their father? Did they have time to grieve the loss of their father? Was it one of those? Because sometimes as parents, I think in our generation, we just like, hey man, you got to keep going, keep moving. We from the old school, right? Keep going, keep. They take longer to get over things. And we've all realized this. You got to be careful when you're talking or dealing with them, because they take everything and they will retwist and rewrite the story, and they will call that trauma. So you gotta be careful. You know what I mean? You gotta be careful. So you gotta be very, very careful. But no, like I say, if they're still grieving their father, it makes sense for them to have to feel a certain type of way about you. But it doesn't make sense if you guys had a good relationship beforehand, and then all of a sudden the passing of their father, the relationship just shook and went to the other direction. You know what I mean? So, it's one of those, man, but it's hard to understand adult children, y'all. There is no books. There's nobody out here talking about this. And if you look on social media, everybody seems like everybody to me it takes the adult children's side. Parents, you really should look at the way that you deal with your children and things that you've done. Really take a deep, deep look inside of yourself and ask yourself, what could you have done better? Really, really look at that. Before we had God, they had so. Hey, man, I always be asking. I ask that a lot too, like thinking about what was the big difference between us and them growing up. Grieving before and after, we just found out February 1st of his. Apparently he passed. Like, oh, got you now. So this was almost like a surprise, almost. Okay, all right. So you just found out February. Well, condolence to you and your family. Wow, I'm sorry, man. That's got to be rough to find out that type of way happened in January and you just found out in February. That's tough. So you know what, Bless? See what you just said right there. Give them some time. Give them some time. They going through something right now. Yeah, you got to give them some time. That's a lot. That's a lot to handle, a lot to deal with. Yeah, give them some time. And when you said that right there, now it made sense. Yeah, give them some time. Give them some time. And I'm gonna tell, even like with Mary, she was saying a year. A lot of times, Mary, and I'm gonna tell you this: when your children are young, and when I consider young, 18 to 25, they're still developing mentally. They're still developing mentally. So a lot of times they'll go through things, and then eventually they'll start hearing your voice again. And sometimes they'll come back and they'll understand what you were saying from the get-go. You gotta bless that. I don't understand why it's always the parents' fault. Like the kids never be guilty. Why? See, that's my problem. That's what I've been. I did a post, Mary, and I said it irks me because they say, good parents. No, well, let me say this. They say kids don't leave good parents. I don't understand. They don't make sense to me. All the parents I talk to and parents that I know have been great parents, and their kids will not want. They still don't want to have a relationship with them. I don't understand how everybody assumes if your adult child don't want to have a relationship with you, you are a horrible parent. That's a lie. That's a lie. I don't believe that. I don't believe that true. Don't get me wrong. We got some horrible ass parents out there too. We know they do. And look, parents are not perfect. We're not perfect. Being a parent is one of the hardest jobs in the world. Being a parent is one of the hardest jobs in the world. There's no book on parenting. You know what I mean, Mary? There's no book on parenting. So we just go with the flow. We try our best and we keep it moving. She didn't like it when I told her my house rules. And Mary, that's what be killing me too. Listen, anywhere you live, there's going to be some rules. And a lot of these adult children feel like since they're adults, they don't have to abide by the rules. No, you don't have to abide by the rules when you live in your own damn house. When you live with me in my house, I got rules. If your ass don't like it, bye. You got to go. It's cool. I'm not mad at you. But that's how the rules work. Even when we were adults and we lived with our parents, and when we were adults, we felt like we should be able to stay out later. You still had curfew. You still had shit you had to do. That's the way it goes. But a lot of these adult children now, they don't want to do that. Love, Jules. Hey, bro, you might not remember me, but I was the dude who toured. Oh, what's happening with you, Jules? Twice and since you talked to me, I've been doing well. I got my girl first Valentine's Day in surgery. Oh, man, boy, you doing the damn thing. Man, you doing the damn thing, man. That is awesome. Hey, man, you got it, man. I appreciate you coming back on, man. Thank you, my brother. I thank you. Man, you got it going on. See how that works, though? Hey, you see how that works, man? Hey, look, you finna get your situation with your knee taken care of, man. Hey, I tell you what, man, you need to make sure you're careful when you get back right. Rehab and do every damn thing you need to, but, man, make sure you're careful, man. You know what I mean? Make sure, man, because that's a hardcore recovery. Man, you know what I mean? Hardcore. Yes, being a parent is one of the hardest jobs. Yes, it's hard. It's hard, man. It's blessed. It's so hard. I tell people to understand what you're signing up for. Because We thought the hardest part of being a parent was when they were toddlers, infants, sleeping through the night, getting past that stage. Then you went through the teenage. You said, shit, after that, I'm good. We didn't realize that having adult children is one of the hardest parts of it all. We didn't realize that. If you would have told the parents that they were going to struggle with their adult children, they would have said, nah, that ain't true. That's not true. My hard part of raising children, that's past, that's in the past. I'm done with that stage, right? I'm done with that stage. We didn't realize that, no, that's actually the hardest stage. It's hard to tell someone, it's hard to see someone struggle when you got advice that can help them. You know this, but they don't want to listen to your advice. They know it all. You don't know anything. You old. You washed up. They know it all. And it's so hard. Mary says she lied, manipulated, gaslighted us, letting us believe she wanted out, went to see the police with her, get her some help, psychological, everything. I feel like I was taking. Hey, you know what though? You wasn't taken as a fool, Mary. You were doing what any parent would do. So give yourself some grief. That's how I know you're a good parent. Because you tried in any and everything with your daughter, right? And now when you sit back and you understand because of the way that she's treating you, you feel a certain type of way. You feel like she played you like a fool, right? But you were actually being a good parent. You were being a good parent. You were doing the things that parents are supposed to do. You're being a good parent, but it just hurts to know all that you put out there for her and you get this in return. You get this in return, right? And that's what bothers us parents. I'm going to say it again, man. Grieving a child who's still alive is the worst pain ever. It's the worst pain ever. Because whenever you grieve someone that you've lost that has passed away, that's a different type of pain. You understand that, right? But grieving someone who's still alive, who's still breathing, and that's your flesh and blood, your child, it's the worst pain ever. Because you don't know what they're doing, you don't know what they're going through. They're just going through the motions, and you just hope one day something changes and they can come back and you can have a relationship again, right? But I'm here to tell you guys, the person that you raised is no longer here. So understand, if they do come back, you're going to be dealing with somebody totally different. Understand that part. A lot of parents think that they're going to, hey, they're going to come back and they're going to be little Billy, they're going to be Rachel, they're going to be the same old, same old. No. How do we guard our hearts from turning bitter and angry? That's hard. And I'm going to tell you like this, Bless. This is what I tell parents. A lot of parents, we sit in our thoughts. We sit in our thoughts because all we've ever known is to be parents. All we've ever known is to be parents, right? So now we're in a situation that we have to refigure out ourselves again, right? Because all we've ever done is been parents. And now when our children no longer want us in their life, we feel like it's just, we feel like we're being isolated. We're silent, no one to talk to. And then you're embarrassed to tell somebody about your situation because a lot of people don't understand this, what we're going through. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't understand what we're going through. What I tell parents is you have to get sad. You gotta get mad. And you gotta get to that point to where you start choosing you. Blessed, you gotta start choosing you. We've chose our children so long, and now that they've showed us who they are and they're gone about their business, we have to choose us. It's time for you to start loving yourself and enjoying your life again. A lot of times we put so much emphasis on our children. Our whole world is evolved around our children. Everything is about our children. Once they become adults and now they take that leap and leave, we got to get back to us. And that's what suffers because a lot of adults don't know that and they don't know how to get back to that. And so their hearts are just in crumbles. I mean, man, I've talked to so many parents who tell me, like they're struggling with finding their identity because their identity has always to be just a parent. That's been their whole identity. They don't know anything else, right? So now they're dealing with no contact. And they're like, what am I supposed to do now? How am I supposed to navigate this? Like you say, we pray about it, read the Bible, and get out the house. You sit in that house and you sit in your thoughts, and you're going to be in trouble. Bless, you're going to be in trouble. You sit in those thoughts and you're going to be in trouble. You're going to sit there and you're going to go back and relive every single point and part of your life raising your child. And ask yourself, what happened? Why did this turn out like this? And I'm here to tell you, you don't even want to know the answer to that because you can't fix anything that's in the past. You need to just keep moving forward. If they want to come back and have a relationship with you, I always tell my parents, leave the door cracked. Leave the door cracked. But the conversation is going to have to be different because you're going to set some boundaries now. You're going to set some boundaries. So the conversation is going to have to be different. You know what I mean, Bless? That's the biggest thing that a lot of parents, but you have to go back and find you. You got to go back and find you. Figure out what you enjoy doing again. Don't sit in your thoughts. Don't just ruminate in your thoughts and keep going over and over and asking yourself, what could I have done differently? You've done the best job you could. You gave it your all. Give yourself some grace. Every morning that I wake up, I'm asking myself, what's the plan for the day? Mary, I mean, you know what, Mary? And I'm going to tell you something, too. And I know you say you married, Mary. Get back into your marriage. You know, you and your husband reconnect. Rebuild your marriage. Work on that aspect, right? A lot of times the marriage suffers, especially when you're dealing with a disobedient adult child. The marriage suffers. So get back into that aspect again. You and your husband get back to enjoying each other's time. Get back to that. You know what I mean? Because I always say, man, when you're going through that and you struggling, and dealing with the adult children, trying to figure out why you're in these situations or what's really going on, everything else suffers. You're not yourself. Bless, I guarantee you're not yourself right now. You know what I'm saying? You don't have the same way of, yeah, that's true. We don't have the same way of seeing things. Yeah, it just changes everything, right? So you look at everything differently. And then a lot of times we're dealing with some form of depression, from losing our adult children, from not having them, no contact, that we go through a depression of dealing with that. And it's hard to explain to people because, like I say, they're going to say you had to be a horrible parent for your child to go no contact. And that's just a lie, y'all. I'm here to tell y'all today, that is a lie. That is not true. I've seen it. So don't you ever believe that, and give yourself grace. Yes. Choose you. Bless, choose you. My husband is really mad at me. I'm more sad. Yeah. And look, y'all both are dealing with a bunch of different emotions right now, Mary. Both of y'all are dealing with a bunch of different emotions right now. Not one worse than the other. Y'all both dealing with this. You know what I mean? He's grieving differently than you. He's grieving differently than you. You sad because you remember the great times. He's mad because he understands and he's saying to himself, she had such a beautiful upbringing. He's saying to himself, she had such a beautiful upbringing. What happened? What changed? Who are you? That's what he's asking about his daughter. Who are you? I don't even recognize you no more. You've changed so much, right? That's what he's saying to his daughter. That's why he's so mad. He's so mad about that. You looking at it as, man, I'm sad because I'm wondering what could have been, right? But I'm gonna tell you something, Mary. I'm gonna leave y'all alone, and I'm gonna tell you something though. One thing I want you to start doing: don't blame the boyfriend. He takes some blame, but understand you raised your daughter, Mary. She knows you and your husband and what you guys gave her as far as her foundation. She knows better, right? You raised her. If she got herself in a situation, she should be able to get herself out of this situation. She knows right from wrong. You gave her the blueprint to be successful. She just chose to go the other direction. So understand, you know what I'm saying? Just how I'm coming out. Yeah, understand that. And I tell parents that a lot of parents, I hate the boyfriend, the wife, this, that. And I tell them, I said, man, one thing I want y'all to stop doing, we got to stop blaming the spouses. Yeah, exactly. She has all the tools. You gave her all the tools. It's in her. It's in her. So hopefully, Mary, one day she going to wake up and realize and say to herself, man, I'm better than this. I'm better than this. Because that shit going to get old, Mary. You know it. Man, listen. Hey, I appreciate you, Bless. Hey, listen, though, man. We've all been through it. We've all been through this when we were young. You know you dated somebody that your parents wasn't feeling, right? You dated somebody that your parents weren't feeling, or that they said, hey, Mary, that dude is no good, or vice versa. We all been there, right? So we all go through a rebellious stage. But what we didn't do was we didn't cut off our parents. That's what we didn't do. And that's the difference of these adult children that we're dealing with now. Like we rebelled, but we didn't cut off our parents. And they don't understand the pain and the grief that they're causing their parents by doing this. And like I say, let's talk about it. The problem is like she lived with his family. It's like a cult. Yeah. Yeah. So she over there into all that. You know what, then, Mary? If it's like that, you're gonna have to pray for her. Pray for her and love her from a distance. That's it. If you can't control, if you saying it's like a code over there, ain't nothing you can do about that. Pray for her and love her from a distance. That's what I'm gonna tell you, Mary. You know what I'm saying? Because if it's like that, I don't want you to be stressing yourself out. Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all something. I have parents hit me up all the time. Strokes, heart attacks, blood pressure through the roof. They stressing out over adult children. And I want y'all to understand something. You stressing out on somebody that don't give a damn about you. You stressing out on someone who don't give a damn about you. Because if they did, they would not put you through the things that they putting you through right now. Think about that. You stressing out. I had parents, heart attacks, strokes, almost about not to make it. Stressing out over a child, adult child, who don't want to have a relationship with them. Who have told them, hey, I don't like you. I don't want to have a relationship with you. And what do? We continue to chase and chase and chase. It's like we're chasing that dopamine. We're chasing that dopamine hit to get back to that child we once raised. That child is gone. We have to move on accordingly and understand who we dealing with now is a different person. This person is different. You know what I'm saying? Like this person is different. And we got to understand that. Her security was so important to me when she was born and she leaves for this garbage life. Yes. 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 And Mary, that's what bothers you because you like, man, we raised you better than this. We raised you better than this. You know better. You living in this lifestyle. You weren't brought up that way. You know better. You living like this because you choose to. And I'm going to tell you something, Mary, which happens a lot. She'll come back later on and be somebody else that you don't even recognize no more. She'll come back because whatever she's going through over there and the trauma that she's going to be dealing with, living in that lifestyle that she's living, you ain't going to recognize her no more. You know what I'm saying? Yup, like a razor sheep. And yeah, yes, you ain't going to recognize her no more. So, but listen, man, Mary, I'm praying for you. Hopefully everything works out for you and your child. D1, thank you for coming on. I appreciate y'all. I'm just not getting started on this YouTube live. It's something new to me, but I appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all for rocking with me. Thank you guys for liking my videos. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Thank you so much. Mary, like I say, you got this. Continue to keep moving on. Hey, y'all have a good one. Thank y'all so much.